How to write the conclusion section of a research article. Yes, that's what we will talk about in this video. I'm Dr. Hassaan Tohid, and let's begin. How to write the conclusion section of a research article. So the conclusion section is the last part of your research article. What do you mention in the conclusion section? First of all, we need to understand what the conclusion section is. The conclusion section actually means the lesson learned or the take-home message. What is the message that you have extracted from your paper? That is the conclusion section. The same conclusion section, the same kind of conclusion section can be written for a research article or a book chapter or even a blog. Principles remain the same. Now, what is included in the conclusion section? Remember, you can have two kinds of conclusion sections. One is a 3-point method and one is a 4-point method. So we will talk about both. So if it's a 3-point method, that's a basic level conclusion section. I call it as a basic level conclusion. So what is the basic level conclusion? The basic level conclusion actually has 3 parts. You start with your research question once again, but don't repeat it again and again in the same manner. Rephrase it, paraphrase it, write it in better words, that you start with your research question again. Now you mention the main points of your research paper. Not all the results, not everything, just the main points. If there were 3 main points of your research article, what were those points? Just mention those points. And in the end, now you give the future recommendation. The last part is the recommendation of future studies. That we recommend more studies or more clinical trials, or we recommend more of these, more of that, more of this, more of this. Once you finish this, your conclusion section ends. Can you bring references? Yes, the same references that were used up there in the paper, yes, you can bring them, you can reuse them. But do you add any new reference? Try not to do it. Do you bring any new information? No, don't do it. Stay away from the cliches. Unnecessary words like in the end, in conclusion, to conclude. Try to stay away from these words. These are cliches for conclusion sections. You don't need it. Everyone knows this is a conclusion section. You have given the heading, so it's a waste of word, waste of energy, waste of time. No need to use that. Save time and save energy. Remember, a good writer is who explains more and more in less and less words. So try to explain more and more in less and less words. Now, the second kind of abstract, the advanced level abstract. I call it advanced level abstract. This is what I teach my students. I call it advanced level abstract. It's a 4-point method. Now, what is the difference? You start in the same manner. You start with the research question first. You mention your research question. Now you bring your important points, the important points, main points of your research article. Now you have your important points. Now the third point is different. Your thoughts and your ideas. What do you think about your research article? And the implications, how your findings are useful for future scientists, future professionals. If you are a medical doctor, you're writing a paper for doctors or patients, what is in the paper for the future doctors, for patients, for scientists? All 3 parties involved. The doctor, I would say the clinicians, it could be doctors and nurses, anyone. What is in the paper for the doctors or the clinicians? What is in the paper for the scientists? And what is in the paper for the patients, the consumer? And you can apply the same to any study, any kind of field, economy or finance. Consumer is the customer, right? So you can use that. And then the last part is the future recommendation. Now, but here, the future recommendation will be a little advanced. You will mention why do you recommend those studies. If you are recommending more experiments, why? If you are recommending more observational studies, why? So remember this, advanced level is the best one, all right? Advanced, and you will enjoy it a lot. But if you don't have time, go with the basic one. It's okay as well. No references are needed, but if you do bring references, bring the old references, no new references, no tables, no figures, and this is how you write a conclusion section. So the choice is yours, whether go with basic or go with the advanced version. It's up to you. If you don't have time, go with basic. If you have time, go with advanced. Watch this video once again. Keep learning, keep watching. Thank you.